Hey guys, I just wanted to show you some replays that I saved using my Junk Doppel deck. They're not all very good matches because sometimes my opponent either misplayed or I made a minor misplay somewhere or they rage quit or whatever. But you know, maybe I thought that maybe you would like to see the deck in action, and I'm using the build that I posted on Pojo, the message board, if you came from there. If not, deck list is also in the description below. So if you wanna see what I run, go and look there. So yeah, let's get some replays going here. All right, so let's start with uh, the match versus the Blue Eyes White Dragon deck, which wasn't a very good one, but you know, I'll just show it anyway. The player I face here is just generally bad, or you know, his deck just sucks. So anyway, turn one I go for a standard Junk Doppel play with Junk Synchron, Doppelwarrior, and a level 1 tuner, as you can see. You know, it's just a really good combo in my opinion. Um, yeah, I just you know get huge advantages like this and baited out his Necro Gardna in the first turn. So uh, you know, I was pretty confident that I wasn't in any real danger. So you know, I was comfortable leaving my field like that. So on my second turn, I just go completely crazy and make a Quasar Dragon. Um, and yeah, basically I win from there using Mistbird's effect and um, Breakthrough Skill and Junk Gardna to just, you know, put both of his monsters in attack position and gets him to 0. So next game was a game versus Dragon Rulers where I got out Quasar on my second turn, and my opponent basically quit right after that, which yeah I thought was a bit weak, but I guess it uh, I guess it happens. So yeah, basically I go for a standard Quasar play. If you've got like if you get the Junk Doppel play off that I mentioned before, and you have a level eater in your grave or in your hand together with a Quickdraw Synchron, you've basically got Quasar, which you know it's incredibly easy to get that combo off. Um, so yeah, at this point I think yeah at this point he quits because he knows he's got nothing. And this was another game versus Dragon Rulers. I think yeah, this guy, I think he could have won easily, but he he misplayed several times, or maybe he was just scared that I got something, because as you can see he sets return from a different dimension in his first turn, and right there he didn't attack with his second blaster. I'm not sure if he couldn't or if he just decided not to, but you know it seemed like a misplay to me. Um, but yeah, basically I think this turn he could have won all. Maybe not this turn, but next, or I don't know. But I felt like he could win because when I noticed his return from a different dimension, because right now I blow up his entire field with Black Rose. I thought, why didn't you just summon all your banished monsters in your previous turn and you know uh, kill me? So right now he's got nothing, and I know that you know this is a turn I've got to make my plays. Oh wait, I go yeah. So I go defensive first because Junk Gardna can basically stop everything that they can throw at me for at least one turn, and I felt comfortable with my graveyard setup like this because I've got Dandylion and Spore in there. So you know, next turn I could just do whatever I want. Um, so yeah, this is a turn I think I make not Quasar, but I win the duel this turn because I got mind control and I can clear his entire field with just that by stealing his big eye and you know using big eye's effect to steal the token and sync with it. So yeah, that's a game. At least this guy stayed around until it was over. That was that was nice of him. So yeah, I've got 2 Evil Swarm matches. I think maybe some of you will be interested in those as well. Um, this one, I don't really recall this one, but judging from from the title I gave it, this was also a really bad player. I'm not sure why anymore, but we'll see. Um, so yeah, I go for a Black Rose play again, which is great. You know, if you've got a Junk Synchron and Doppelwarrior in with a level 2 in your graveyard, you can blow up the field and get 2 tokens, which you can then use to synchro some more in your turn. So yeah, basically, this is one of my favorite plays. If I'm not sure what to do, I'll just bring out Junk Gardna, because he can fuck with anything in anything that they can throw at me. You know, especially if they're so far behind, they just and he quits. But basically, what I was trying to say is that if they're so far behind, Junk Gardna is just a great card to bring out if you're waiting for combo pieces, or if you're just generally not sure what to do, because he can basically stop any play that your opponent can do, and he's just great at buying you time. If you're behind, he's also a great card to go to, because your opponent's gonna have a really hard time getting over him. So so yeah, I love that card. I would never ever take it out. I used to run Drill Warrior actually, but um, yeah, I changed to Junk Gardna a couple of months ago, and I've never regretted it. So anyway, let's move on to our uh, second Evil Swarm game. This was actually a really long one, if I remember correctly. I actually had to fight through 3 Ophions in this game, plus a heck of a lot of back rows. So I think this was actually a really good game. Yeah, I opened with Heavy Storm, but he solves it right away. um, I go for Formula Synchron here just to get some extra card in my hand, and you know, because I had nothing, and I felt that I needed to speed up the deck as much as possible. Um, so yeah, he goes for a second Ophion, and that really hurt because I wanted to go to uh, for Junk Synchron with that tuning and make a Black Rose play with the Doppelwarrior I had in hand, but you know that didn't that 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 didn't happen. So anyway, I set Dandylion to buy me some time. This Imperial Iron Wall actually doesn't hurt at all. The only reason the only card it basically stops in this deck is Spore and you know, the summoning of BLS, but that's basically it, and you know, that's not too bad. So yeah, right now I've got a Ryko set, which I'm feeling pretty comfortable because I can just, yeah, get rid of the Ophion, and obviously it makes another one. This is his third, so I know that if I can kill this one, I'll be in a good spot. So yeah, I top deck Pot of Avarice, which was really nice, but I draw some shit cards with them. I thought, you know, I have Foolish Burial, so I can always dump Dandylion, but then I draw it in my with a Card Trooper's effect, so that sucked. Um, so yeah, nothing much happening here. I don't know why he saw the Dandylion. I think he was just tired of me, you know, blocking his attacks all the time, which was great because that Solemn Warning could have really become a problem later on. So now you know, Ryko is great for getting rid of Ophions, and now he's got no Ophion left, so I'm feeling pretty confident. Now I go for yeah, I wanted to go for Black Rose because I knew both his songs were gone already, but he torrential, so that sucked. I already used Unknown Synchron's effect when I went for Formula Synchron on my second turn, so you know, he doesn't have any monsters on the field, but even if he did, I couldn't use his effect. So he goes for Karaikion, or whatever he's called, and he can't use his effect because of his own Imperial Iron Wall, which, you know, was really funny to me. So anyway, I draw into another Ryko. Um, I take a bit of a gamble here because I know that, you know, he's got no Ophion left, so I'm not too worried about his monster, and I just want to get as much back row out of the way as possible because, you know, I just I've got only 7 cards in my deck, and I knew there was a Junk Synchron in there, so I was bound to draw in it sooner or later. So yeah, he maxes. I go for Black Rose, get you know, the 4 Doppel tokens. And now that his Imperial Iron Wall is gone, I can actually use the Spore I've got in my graveyard to go for Stardust Dragon. I don't give a shit about Maxi at this point because I know that he doesn't run any hand traps aside from Maxi, so no Gourds or Battle Faders. So you know, it doesn't matter how many cards he draws because my you know, my attack will go through anyway, and it was enough to kill him. So let's see what else we've got. Yeah, I'm just gonna. I can't remember half of these battles, so I'm not sure if they're really that interesting. But yeah, we'll see. I really don't remember this one at all, so I'm not sure what to say about this. I just opened with the standard trooper play to get some graveyard setup, um, which was yeah, which is always nice. And you know, you just speed up the deck like this. So I'm not sure what I'm doing here. So yeah, he changed to my Librarian, so I don't get to draw a lot of stuff. But actually, like this, I do because you know I destroy the Fiendish Chain with Junk Synchron, Junk Destroy, so I can get a draw off because his effect works again. And I think yeah, I go for Quasar at this point, so he probably rage quits right about now, or he doesn't and he dies anyway. So he doesn't. Okay, that's oh. In the end, he does, but it doesn't really matter. So yeah, that was a quick one. Most of my duels go by actually really quickly, but you know the Evil Swarm match was the exception basically, and I really thought that was a great game. I think I make a couple of misplays in this game, but I don't really remember. Um, so yeah, right now I just try to summon 3 monsters so that I can take out his Dracossack after I destroy his 2 tokens. And Dark Diviner is actually a really good card in this deck. I can understand why you want to side it instead of main it, but he's just so good against so many cards in general, and he's really easy to bring out because you're almost always going to have that level eater in grave. Sorry, that's my phone going off. So yeah, nothing really interesting happens in this game. He's got a nice combo with the Divine Wind of the Mist Valley and Harpy Dancer, so he can just continually bring out uh, wind monsters from his deck. And I figured that was an Icarus attack, but you know, I had to do something to bait it out, so I went for a Junk Synchron play. It doesn't hurt me too much because I've got the Monster Reborn in my hand, and yeah, I'm basically waiting for the right time to use it because um, I can easily OTK him if I can get a clear shot. So at this point, I probably go for Junk Destroy. Yeah, destroy his back row and kill his Queen Dragon. So right now he's basically got nothing, and so yeah, I know I've got to kill him this turn because otherwise he gets his the effect of that spell card off, and I don't want that, so I just go for the kill there, which is you know. Yeah, I think I'm gonna skip that one. I think yeah, these last 3 might be interesting, and then we're done. Um, I hope you like these. You know, watching these games. I find it very uh, helpful to watch other people play with this deck because it gives me you know, it gives me a good idea of potential plays and stuff. Uh, can I make Quasar this turn? Nope. Maybe I could, but you know. The thing is, I'm not always trying to go for Quasar, even if, you know, if I'm playing really seriously, obviously I'm going to try and go for Quasar every game because that guy is just, it's pretty much game over if I can bring him out. But, you know, playing a lot of duels on Dev Pro, you sometimes get tired of spending like a minute figuring out your play and sometimes you just you know you can bring out the Librarian and you just want to synchro summon as much as possible. So that's why I don't always go for Quasar, even if I maybe could, because it's I just don't see it that quickly, and then I just want to make my play. Because honestly, a junk double play like this is good enough to win most duels. So yeah, right now I can go for Quasar pretty obviously, so I do. Uh, I I do the 1-for-1 into the level leader because I know that I can then make Quasar while leaving Hyper Librarian on the field. So I actually I actually get to draw off of summoning Quasar, which is yeah, which is obviously great. Um, about Quasar's negation effect, I only use it when I absolutely have to, or if it's like now, it's just the last card activated on my opponent's turn, and there's no chance that any other card might ruin things for me, so I just negate that. But other than that, I try to negate only cards that would actually destroy or somehow ruin my Quasar, because I don't want to ruin the effect um, on something that it's not that important, and then they dark hole or whatever. So yeah, last one. I don't think this was a really interesting match. I'm not sure anymore. Um, let's just see. Yeah, basically I think I got really lucky this game because I drew into BLS here, and basically I started out with a pretty shitty hand, and then I just draw really well because now I draw into quick draw, and I mill a Ryko, which is exactly what I needed to summon BLS so I could bring back Level Eater and then go for Quasar. And yeah, so this was really just luck, and also the fact that he had Solemn Judgment in hand and didn't set it. Um, you know, it could have really ruined me if he did. So now he sets it, but it's already too late because I can just, yeah, he knows it. So yeah, those were some of the videos that or some of the games that I saved. I played a lot more, but most of the games are just not that interesting. The ones I did save are um, the ones that I do consider to be somewhat interesting, just because, well, I don't know, I just felt like saving them. Um, so yeah, I hope the video was of some use to you, and that gave you some idea of the plays you can make. It, you can the general play that you're going to do is just Junk Synchron, revive a level 1 tuner, and then summon Doppelwarrior from your hand. Basically, if you can get that play off, you're in a really good spot. And most of the time, you can go into Quasar from there. And if you can't, then you've got a loaded hand and a really nice field. So it's very hard to lose if you get that play off. So yeah, I hope this video was of some use to you, and maybe till next time.